Hello everyone and welcome to the episode 5 of the podcast of the MGLuxM program. My name is Smita Jain and I'm the program director for the Masters in Global Luxury Goods and Services Management program here at SP Jain. And along with me I have Professor Eugina Di Muzio, who is our very honorable guest. She's going to be talking about young luxury and the future of young luxury in India and worldwide. So we're very excited to have Eugenia here with us, and I'm going to be asking her a couple of very interesting questions which are going to be of very much use to all the young talents out there. So without further ado, I'd like to first introduce Eugenia to all the audiences. So Eugenia here has been a working professional who's been involved in the luxury industry since more than a decade. She has been a very important and integral part of the MGLuxM program, as she teaches one of the very important core subjects in our curriculum. So Eugenia, could you please talk to the audience about your work and also your teaching, and tell them a little bit about what you're doing here?
Sure, absolutely. First of all, it's a pleasure. Thank you for having me here. I am with MGLuxM and SP Jain now since 2019, and I started, and I'm here trying to bring an empirical experience and support from the trenches, from the real, actual world of luxury. What I try to do is bring my work experience, which is ongoing, to the students, trying to give them classes that are not just based on theory, but I try to bring real examples, actual cases to be sorted on, or that we sorted in the past, and try from them to deduct the theory that it's behind. I have almost, as you said, 2 decades experience in luxury. My career has been focused mostly on luxury accessories and shoes, particularly. And what I have been doing is taking care of commercial divisions of luxury companies in terms of distribution strategies. So retail, wholesale, e-commerce, currently marketplace, which is one of the latest trends that probably we're going to talk about later, and support companies to grow internationally across all geographies and all channels. So I hope that I can bring to the students across the multiple years my experience about what is the luxury field now, what are the current challenges, what can be their potential jobs and opportunities they may seek in their future career.
Absolutely. Thank you for such a wonderful and insightful introduction, Eugenia. And as I said, we're very lucky to have you, and you're a very integral part of the program, as I said. So starting the podcast with I think a very relevant question, which is, what is happening now in the luxury industry? What are the trends? What are the latest happenings, and what are the in things that are relevant for the young luxury consumers? Because again, talking about our subject, or our topic for this discussion, is young luxury in India and worldwide. So what are the new trends or latest trends that you are noticing are changing or have come in this industry, especially in retail?
This is a very interesting question, because what is happening? Everything is happening. Everything has happened. Right after COVID, there has been such a change of scenario that has been impacting luxury at 360 in very unpredictable ways. We were all expecting an increase of e-commerce shares versus brick and mortar. That in some way kind of reorganized the current retail scenario, but this didn't mean that the interaction in store disappeared. To the contrary, we see an increasing appetite of clients trying to experience the brand, to get in touch with the brand, to do experiences across the brand, which are not only linked to the transactional moment that you may have on e-commerce. So this is one of the things that we are experiencing, and that has been interesting because it was unexpected. But on the other side, what we see as one of the most leading trend for the future is a strong push towards omni-channel and an approach where we have a client which is in the middle of the process, and all the channels around that are equally contributing to do what? To serve the client in the best way, in the fastest way, based on proximity, geographical proximity, and based on a fast service at 360. So this is, to me, means what? It means challenges for the existing scenario, but means also opportunity. Opportunity for profiles, for job, opportunity for our students to invent themselves in a currently changing scenario. So this is not the end, this is just a momentum of a future development. But this is an opportunity for the younger students that also talk this language because they are born into this situation.
Yes, absolutely.
To interact and develop their own careers across this. If I may add, probably another important trend is a leading trend for every channel and also every category, which is sustainability.
Absolutely.
Our future and our responsibility as luxury executives and as luxury brands is to drive sustainability, to start being the leading examples of sustainability. And sustainability, again, is a challenge, because change a company into a sustainable company takes time, takes resources, investment.
Absolutely.
But this opens up to the possibility of multiple new profiles, multiple new careers on a green field. Not green because it's sustainable, but also because it's completely new and unexpected, when we can have really new profiles inventing themselves and drawing the future into something that is going to be probably our future challenge and opportunity of development for the next decade or two.
You mentioned, sustainability as a trend, and I do agree with you, but I also, want to point out that it definitely started off as a trend, but now it's become a category in luxury. It's become a phenomena that all luxury brands have to succumb to. They can't ignore, because sustainability and eco-consciousness or ethical consciousness or being awake as a brand has become so important for the young luxury consumers that it's now moved on from being a trend and it's become like a category. All luxury brands are kind
of culture.
Absolutely.
Almost.
Absolutely. It's become a culture. Absolutely. And in fact, there are so many brands which are based on sustainability, itself. Their existence is about sustainability, which is so beautiful. Coming to my next question, which is more about young luxury consumers. I know we speak about, always when we talk about young luxury, individuals, we talk about from the point of view of students, and naturally for us as faculty, as mentors, we generally talk about opportunities. But now I want to talk about opportunities for brands, not for the students. Looking at the kind of consumer landscape that is evolving, especially in India, and I think you travel quite often to India for work, and I know that you're aware of what's happening in the market here. So what kind of strategies do you think that luxury brands should adopt to make the young luxury consumers more loyal towards these brands? Because we've seen in the past that young luxury consumers are very, they like to go from one brand to another. They are switchers. They don't really necessarily like to stick to one brand. So what can a luxury brand do to keep that stickiness with these consumers?
This is probably tricky, it's difficult, and maybe we don't have the right recipe, because I guess it's also part of this specific time to cherry pick, to go take the best. We have a wide array of opportunities and offers.
Yeah.
So it's also part of this time not to be
discover.
Loyal as we were before. Back in the days, our moms, they were loyal to a brand and they were buying that same brand and nothing else. Now we have so much easy access, which is not only physical but is also digital, through multiple experiences, that probably the key to create some loyalty is engage with interaction, with something that goes above the mere transactional component of purchasing, and creates more multiple occasions of interactions. How can we do it? Currently, we know that it can be a lot done digitally. It can be a lot with AI, that is going to be one of the next frontier of luxury experience. It can be merging and trying to find connection with adjacent areas like art, events, interaction with artists, or even something that we see. It's a trend arriving from China, but it's also cascading in other markets. Temporarily occasions to interact with the brand that can be, as I was saying, a special event, a special collaboration with an artist. But if we have to link it with a product, it can be temporary pop-ups where you can buy the product only at available quantity, only in that specific location. That, if you think about it, it's the opposite of omnicanality and omni-geography, but it's what can create that element of difference.
That hustle, bustle, and
that creates the desire to take part to something now or never. So this is probably one of the things that we believe, together with AI, that it's completely opposite direction, that it's going to lead these possibilities.
I think those are very, very important and significant points. And I think that one point that I'd also like to add from my side is personalization. So customization, I don't like that word customization. I think personalization is a better word, because I think the young luxury consumers want something of their own, and they like it if the luxury brands are offering them that element of personalization. But I think whatever Professor Eugenia mentioned, like collaboration, social media engagement, being more out there, being more 360 degree, having that hustle bustle pop-ups, these are some very, very, I would say, interesting and important points. And I think any young luxury entrepreneur who is looking at attracting the young consumers should look into these points significantly, and this will definitely help them. Moving to my next question, which again is more about brands. We spoke about sustainability earlier. You mentioned about sustainability and how important it is. But if I have to talk about the future, which way the market is moving, which way the brands are moving. If I have to just tell you to pick out sustainability as a topic and tell us, how important do you think sustainability is for luxury brands, whether they are luxury brands in India, whether they're luxury brands in Europe, whether they are luxury brands in US, wherever, Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, sure. And this is a topic that it's currently in the board of large luxury companies. It has become the center of the future development. How this is declined? As we were saying, sustainability is culture, is a mission. So the truth is that large luxury brands are incorporating this mission into their day by day. And this means a lot of things. A company that is sustainable is a company that produces less stock. What does it mean, this? It means that we are opening up to multiple new opportunities, new jobs, such as perhaps the management of maintenance how the importance of aftercare and after purchase is going to be in the future. Second-hand and pre-loved. We are seeing the blossoming, nurtured by the brands themselves, of pre-loved sections, vintage, where you can buy products that last in time because the top quality behind it helped that. But this means also headquarters and factories that are sustainable with zero CO2 footprint. And this comes from plastic-free to LED, solar panels. So all of these brings to multiple opportunities for our students to find themselves a path which is a sustainable path. I don't even mention all the IT app software technologies for tracking the supply chain, or even once again for the after purchase linked to traceability, trackability, and aftercare use. You know that now in the future we're going to be able to scan our product, know not only who produced and all the supply chain, but also how it's going to be our impact if we wash or dry clean our product. So this is what I see. This is what our luxury brand doings, and this is cascading from top large holdings in which you see dedicated section in the investor relations
departments,
where you can see the reporting and the auditing that they are constantly doing, up to, as we were saying, you know, more in-store physical activities linked to this. So in my opinion, this is going to be a lead, and the interesting thing is that our students and our employees are the first advocates of this change. We as a companies and as executives have the duty and also the honor to lead this, and I strongly believe that thanks to our young students that are living this culture and are starting, you know, as themselves first advocate, this is also going to be the leading change.
Absolutely.
And I'm happy to see students arriving in class without plastic bottles, but they bring their recycled or usable bottle. It starts from this, and it lends to buying less and taking care more. And as I said, it's opportunities. It's not just buying less. I see a lot of opportunities and a lot of new challenges and new potential jobs for our younger generations.
Absolutely. I think very well said, and love that point about the bottles, because I as much as we also see in the classroom and small, you know, things are changing, that's wonderful. So yeah, I mean, I think they have to be the change, you know, they have to lead the change, in fact, being the young talents. Which brings me to my next point, or my next question rather to you, is that let's look at a slight timeline, you know, when it comes to luxury, because we are very much talking about the future, but there is the future always is built on things and, you know, events that have happened over the past. So if I have to ask you that over the last 5 to 10 years, how have you seen luxury brands evolving? And if you could, specifically talk about a market like India, you know, what would you say, and what kind of information would you like our young audiences to hear about the evolution of luxury in India over the last 5 to 10 years? And because of this evolution, what do you think is going to happen more in the next 5 years or 10 years in the future? So, not just in terms of sustainability, but in terms of product, in terms of marketing, in terms of consumer behavior, in terms of brand ambassadors, in terms of, you know, everything, storytelling, everything.
You know, this is a beautiful question, because it brings me back with the time machine when I started opening stores here. It was 2008.
Wow.
And I was telling the students the other days, it was a moment where you didn't have the iPhone yet. You were working with your digital cameras, because we had digital cameras, but it was less connected than how it is now.
Today.
It was less digitally evolved. We didn't use that much Instagram. I don't even think we had
I
Instagram
don't think so either.
back in the days.
Yeah.
So it was much more isolated other than now. And I remember that in the days, luxury brands that arrived here were living the cultural shock. It was more difficult because of this lack of interaction also to interpret this market that has a lot to offer, has a lot of amazing clients that are also globetrotter, that travel a lot, that love luxury products. So there is an appetite here, but it was very difficult to read. So, and also here there was an attention to customers completely different than Europe, where you have already educated customers, while here it was important to educate our customers about who the brands were, works, especially for Italian, French brands, the production. So it was a very interesting moment where we learned how to talk and how to educate our clients. And I remember something here that was not used anymore in Europe, that was perhaps the home shopping. If you want to really provide an amazing service, you deliver with someone at home.
Absolutely.
And you present a collection, even the most exclusive pieces. And we kept doing this while in the rest of the world, this had completely disappeared. So this was an important learning curve. Afterwards, of course, also here we started seeing much more interconnection, international travels, digital experience. So we started knowing and getting a lot of synergies. And also we started seeing amazing local brands starting to take off and become international.
Absolutely.
Now I see here a market where luxury international brands are very well established. There are also large luxury groups, local groups that handle or
they've solidified their existence.
Exactly. So they are
themselves.
also, because now we have more than 10 years of presence here, more service around e-commerce, so much more integration also with the headquarters in Europe, in United States, in Middle East.
And we are also seeing a lot of luxury brands looking at Indian ambassadors.
Exactly. Because what we couldn't see earlier is the capacity and how amazing the local culture, the local ambassadors, and all the local opportunities can support and provide to the world. So, to my point, now I see multiple interesting luxury brands with an incredible potential to become international, starting from here. At 360, product-wise, mission and brand-wise, and in terms of all the potential things that local brand ambassador can deliver to the world. Because also we have to see that now the less seen is more interesting. We need that. And we need, I think that one of the key deliverable of Indian market is going to be exactly this. New brands that can blossom and take off here, and a strong brand ambassador with an amazing international profile that can really be the point of reference for local and international brands.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think we pretty much summarized most of the points, but I do have a last question for you. What message or what inspiration would you like to give to the audience that is listening to you? A lot of the audience that listens to us are entrepreneurs or young talents who wish to pursue a career in luxury. So, what is the message that you would like to give to them today?
The message is that there is really space for everybody, and especially here in India, there is a huge opportunity for those who wants to work in luxury at multiple levels, multiple channels, and multiple brands, local and international. We identified a couple of main streams where probably the future job opportunities are going to be. Always study, look at the other brands, look outside, be curious, and anytime you find an obstacle, really try to look at it as an opportunity, because it's from there where you can find interesting challenges for future developments and future steps. And again, I see here in this momentum a lot of opportunities for all of you that have this amazing chance to study here, a little bit in Milan, get the opportunity to see also international luxury brand. This is a unique experience, and it's a unique opportunity for all the students of SP Jain.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Professor Eugenia. I think that was wonderful. Thank you to our audiences. Ciao. See you soon.
Ciao.